overall in the championship, and we've got the battle for the team prestige. Who's going to be the best amongst this team, and who's going to be able to get themselves across the line with the teammates' help or all on their own. Time will have to tell here. But it looks like qualifying is wrapping up. The grid is going to be getting down here soon, and we'll be able to list off the guys who are going to be going around and around here. We have a full field again tonight, just about. Looks like it's going to be, there are 37 people right now trying to get onto this racetrack, and we'll be going down their names very soon. But let's see. First, I think we have time for picks. Let's see if we can let's get some of those up on screen and quickly break down who we think are going to cross the line first today. I'll jump in first on the grid. My winner, Austin Call. It's who I think is going to come across the line first today. And then the one to watch, I'm going to put that on Michael Matta. Every week, Michael Matta just seems to jump off the track to me, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do this week. And the underdog, the tea leaves, they said Peyton Holland this week. And how about you, Santi? What do you think?
For my winner today, I have Trevor Dalton. He's had a really good start to the season, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and he's usually really quick in these mile and a halves. And for my one to watch, I wanted to go a bit different today. So I put Jonathan Cazabert as the one to watch. He's been so close to a win so many times in the past, and he just hasn't been able to quite get there, but he's been so close, and I honestly do believe that he has a chance later in this race. Then for the underdog here, it is Trevor Dalton once again. It's all right.
Oh, not bad, not bad. And let's down to the track. Sheldon's got Mr. Justin Lewis. Hey, Justin Lewis has won a race, so he's already proven that he's got what it takes to get across the line. Cale Peterson and Colby Jackson are his one to watch and underdog respectively here.
Interesting choice for an underdog.
And so now I think it's just about time to break down who is going where. In just a second here. Now, pardon our dust here a little, folks. We'll get the with Darby watching over us. We want to make sure we're going to do our absolute best here. Here we go. First things first, off on the grid. Your pole position is going to go to Jonathan Cazabert with Justin Lewis in second. Maxwell Caldwell is going to be in third with Colby Jackson in fourth. Austin Call is in fifth with Joshua Yarborough in sixth. Jacob Zala is in seventh with Peyton Holland in eighth. Andrew Palesci is in ninth, and John Bradford is in 10th. Take it away, Santi.
Yeah, starting after, we have Bill Hagan on the inside in 11th and Michael Matta in 12th. Paul Ferdiani in 13th and Brad Wilson. Matt Davies and Cale Peterson. Logan Wilson in the 76 and Ronnie Hurst in the 22. Drew Calvert in the 86 car, starting alongside Zeth Hawley. Jacob Prince in the 9, starting alongside Jose Medina in the 54. Benjamin Smith starting in the 11, starting in 23rd with Thad Teasley in the 24th position. Drew Kuhn in 25th on the inside, and Ronnie Welchill on the outside. And there's my pick for the race, Trevor Dalton in the number 27 spot, alongside Caleb Elswick, the 28. Brady LaGrave is the 29 position on the outside. It's another LaGrave, Sean LaGrave. Mike Boone in driving the 15 car in the 31, and Michael Prochik in the 32nd position, sorry. Landon Kano starts 33rd alongside Jay LaGrave in the 34. Rylan Long starts 35th with John Kelly on the outside, and Brian Welchel will lead us out of the field.
That's right. Got 2 Welchels. We got 3 LaGraves. It's a family affair here right now in Kentucky. As the cars are going around, Casaber and Lewis out there in the front behind the pace car, getting ready to go on the first row there. And here at Kentucky, you know, we've got 2 different bankings on these sets of turns here. On the first turn, that's 17 degrees, and between 1 and 2, and I think it's only 14 or 13, something like that, a little bit lower on the other side. So it's not quite an even playing field here. It's a little bit different from one side to the other of this interesting, not exactly perfect oval. So this track has got a few tricks up of its sleeve that its repave has given it a little bit of character.
Exactly. And that's another challenge that these drivers will have to look for, is that you can't expect to run the same line in turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
That's right, my friend. Here we go. Down to the line, folks. Let's get excited. The pace car is off. We are going to get things going on the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series. Justin Lewis, Jonathan Casaber down to the line, looking for that green flag to wave. And in just a second, we're going to get things going here on Grid Vision. There's the green flag, folks. We are go on Grid Vision.
Pretty even start.
Yes, sir. Take it away, Santi.
Pretty even start with Lewis getting a pretty good start ahead. We've got Colby Jackson now trying to tuck in behind him. Most of the cars now migrating down to the inside lane in turns 1 and 2, with a few stragglers still up trying to run that high lane. That's something you will see is able to work in the early stages of the race, but as the tires go off and as the tires fall off, the outside lane's not going to be as dominant as we see it right now in the first half.
That's right. We already got someone who looks like they might have been shoved down pit road. No, I think that was the pace car. I missed it going down there, but we're using the inside of the track very strategically. That was Jonathan Casaber, actually, who ended up down pit road. So someone did go down there, unfortunately. Still up here at the front, Colby Jackson has made that move for the lead. He's in first now, Call's in second. A little ways back, we have a bit of a hornet's nest forming there with Andrew Pileshi, Cale Peterson on the outside. They still haven't figured out exactly what's going on or who wants to go where. They're 3 wide. Ooh, up into the wall goes Joshua Yarborough. And they're 3 wide right now.
Still 3 wide as they enter into turn 1, not really wanting to get. They're still trying to battle for position. It looks like on the outside, looks like Davies in the 32 car. He's going to be side by side with the 77 of Joshua Yarborough. Joshua Yarborough is going to try and run it around the outside as almost contact between Caldwell and Yarborough.
That was really close. Yeah, very close there. Caldwell's down there in the Merkel car. He's looking all right. The Busch Light 32, though, makes the push up on the inside. That's Matt Davies. Davies tries to clear and does clear Joshua Yarborough. Yarborough has been into the wall a few times here. He's lost a little momentum, and Davies is going to take full advantage of that. In fact, he's going to try to make the pass on Justin Lewis here. Lewis on the inside. Hasn't seen much competition yet from behind. But here comes Davies making a clean pass.
Davies is going to rocket straight by him using the momentum on the outside of the corner. And John Lewis is not going to fight that much this early in the race.
Let's not forget to mention Cale Peterson. Cale Peterson took the lead. Ooh, and yellow is out. The yellow is out.
Caution out on track.
Something happened there.
Oh, we got a car spinning in turns 3 and 4. That is... It appears to be Logan Wilson that spun out.
Oh.
And has damage.
Okay.
Making his way back up to
turn there.
Yeah, making his way back up to where originally the spotter's telling him that he was at the time of caution. I saw him spinning around in turns 3 and 4, even after the caution. had fell.
Yeah, and here we go. Everybody's getting checked back up here. And this is, tell me a little bit, maybe you have some more insight into this than I do, Santiago, about the viability of like running 3 wide here at Kentucky. Is that something that you can actually pull off? Because it seems like they were pulling it off for at least a lap or two there, but I don't think that's where the caution came from either. Like, is 3 wide a viable option for competitive racing at Kentucky?
Only if you're daring enough, honestly. With a track like this, especially with the sort of multi-groove racing that it offers in turns 3 and 4 and down the front straightaway, you can pull it off, especially at the very beginning as we see multiple drivers come down pit road here. You can pull it off at the very beginning stages of the race, but you don't want to do it as your tires will start falling off, because there's a lot of trust that you're putting in on the person on the inside, especially if you're entering 3 wide into turns 1 and 2. That, because of the repave, because of the reconfiguration and the additional banking, has become more of a single lane corner on the inside. So you're putting a lot of trust on, if you're 3 wide, you're putting a lot of trust on the person in the middle to keep it there, to keep it planted in the middle, and to not wash up at any point in the corner.
Yikes, that's a lot of trust. That's a ton of trust, especially if they're not your teammate. Now, obviously, in this case, we've got a lot of situations where teams and teammates are right next to each other in this race situation. So we've been lucky enough to see, the 1320 guys running very close to each other typically, and other teams also taking advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And right now we have who's out there at the front? Cale Peterson and Colby Jackson.
Colby Jackson was, Colby Jackson was, I believe, Sheldon's underdog pick, was it?
Ooh, that's right. That's right. That's a good point. Underdog pick, doing good, sitting second. Now we're doing 125 laps, and we're only on lap 9 right now. So we got a ways to go. Your underdog pick could be getting into a good spot to run a lot of this race out front. And if that's the case, we get to see what the strategy is for Mr. Colby Jackson.
Absolutely. Lights on the pace car are off. We are restarting this time around. Should be restarting this time around if nothing else happens further back in the field. They're getting bunched up. Colby Jackson will start on the outside. Cale Peterson will start on the inside in the number 20 car as they come here. And it'll be interesting to see if the drivers in the behind are willing to push on the restart as hard as they would be later in the race just yet, or if we'll see one of these drivers get hung out to dry a little bit. Even just a little bit, we'll see if these drivers are going to get abandoned, because you don't want to push it too hard into turn 1, especially such a terrifying turn 1 that this track is, and risk wrecking yourself.
That's true. It's very true here. As the restart's about to come alive here, I'll let you take us to the line.
Cale Peterson on the inside. Colby Jackson on the outside. Fields bunching up. Cale Peterson's a bit of a distance ahead. Looks like Colby's trying to get a bit of a jump start here. Not necessarily a jump start, but early go on the throttle. Here he is. We're back to green. Cale Peterson with a mega launch off the line, already about 1 car length clear as they head into turn 1. Colby Jackson will be left scrambling to defend against Matt Davies, who has the inside. Can Colby, and we've got a yellow flag immediately, a wreck further back.
That's right. About halfway through the field, there was a mega wreck. About half the field all taken out from about 12 back. I'd say so. It was and had some wheel spin when he hit the gas and almost lost control of his own car. Well, someone did lose control, and it was a little ways back in the field, as we saw quite a few cars back there all bunched up, getting wrecked out. And the yellow is going to be out again here for the second time here at Kentucky.
Yeah, just a bad scenario overall when you get into the restart. It's something that these drivers have only practiced so far up until this night. First on the initial start, which obviously you're not gonna try and push as hard as you would be. Colby Jackson, I believe, as you mentioned, got loose on the restart, which is what allowed Cale Peterson to get such a good launch off the line. We'll see. We'll have to go back and see possibly what was the reason, if that was the reason for the wreck.
Yeah, that it did seem like it might be a possibility in terms of where the checkup came from. The checkup definitely started up at the front with a little bit of that slip, but I don't know. I don't think that the snake, the experience of that wheel spin made it far enough back. But I don't know. It could be wrong here. Either way, what we're going to see is we're going to see these guys try to get set up again to get another good restart going, or at least a better restart going here. And I think that to your point about, are we going to see people with in the back pushing as hard as they can? Well, it's very likely that we did see them pushing as hard as they could, and that push might have resulted in some people not being ready for that moment.
Yeah. Joshua Yarborough, I saw, was one of the people down on pit road, possibly repairing some damage. But he was second in line on the outside lane. But coming to the restart, he really got disconnected from Colby, and I believe spun his tires on the restart. So that is possibly what could have been a reason for the wreck.
That's a good point. It's a good point here. As right now we're watching up here at the front of the field. Lights are still on the pace car, folks, so we're going to go around another time or two here as the drivers are all just sort of sorting themselves out, talking a little bit about how the restart went, how things are going to go. And we're going to see this again here at Kentucky as the sun is setting. The track is definitely getting a little cooler here. It wasn't too warm, I think, to begin with, but if I take a quick look at where things are on the track temperature is 72 degrees right now on the ground. Not too bad overall.
Absolutely, yeah. And we're going to see the same front row on this restart that we did the last time, in the same third place with the 32 of, I believe that is, yeah, the 32 of Matt Davies pushing on the inside. And Colby Jackson is going to have a different pusher on the outside. So we'll see if that results in possibly a better link up on the restart to get a better launch off the line so that he can he will be hoping that he can contend to try and take the lead into turn one, as we saw him hold the outside around Mount Davies before the caution came out. It was a very, very quick caution, so we couldn't really see that much, but maybe this time he'll have a chance to properly take the lead here.
It's a very good point. Very good point. As we now are waiting to see if the lights are, the lights are off on the pace car. And it's going to be the 5 and the 20 side by side here. Peterson, Jackson, looking for the restart zone here on the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series. Let's get it started again. There we go. We are green yet again. And what a launch from Cale Peterson. Davies got the memo. He's right there with him. Colby Jackson is trying to keep up as best he can, but we are going around 1 and 2 here on the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series, and we're keeping it clean so far.
Colby Jackson holding strong on the outside down the back straightaway. He's going to get a run on Matt Davies, but that run's going to immediately die as he enters turns 3 and 4. Now with a run off the exit of the corner, can he possibly clear Matt Davies? Yes, he will. He's going to have the draft of Cale Peterson to help him. Colby Jackson with a mega run, gets a little bit on the apron, darts to the inside, and he's going to try and go to the bottom and trying to overtake Cale Peterson.
What an aggressive play here from Colby Jackson. Just pass after pass. A 1-2 jump here, trying to make that checkers play that looks so impressive, but he can't quite seal the deal against Cale Peterson. Peterson riding that middle line, just enough speed, just enough momentum to keep the other men behind him, and he is going to maintain that lead.
That middle line, as you mentioned, and Matt Davies hard contact into the wall. He's going to ride the wall around the outside of turns 1 and 2. Doesn't look like that'll be a caution, but heavy damage to him. He's going to come down across the track, try and make it safely to pit road if he does have damage. He had a huge run coming off of the front straightaway, but just as I was about to talk about turns 3 and 4 in the middle lane appears to be much more dominant than the bottom lane, as we saw Matt Davies. That's what allowed him to get the run around the outside of Colby Jackson, as now things have sort of more spread out. They've spread out quite a lot. Cale Peterson with a huge lead over Colby Jackson, but Colby Jackson not that far ahead of Brad Wilson in the 31.
That's right. Wilson trying to make his own pass here down on the inside. Can he do it? No. Jackson's going to have a block there for him, ready and waiting. Wilson behind him is one of the IT and out drivers is working on that push. Ooh, Colby Jackson bounces off the outside wall, gives Wilson what he needs to get up to the bumper, but Wilson is going to resist pushing because the push was not going to be square. Avoids that hit. Doesn't really give the push to Colby Jackson, falls back again a little bit, and Wilson's going to have to build back up that head of steam. He's got the draft, but he's got nowhere to go with it.
Yeah, and you saw Brad Wilson wash up a bit on the exit of turn 4. That is because of the amount of dirty air that these cars generate. He's going to be feeling that effect, and he's going to be trying to look for alternate lanes that he can go, but still kind of share the draft with Colby down the straightaway, but try and get off of him a little bit, get out of his line as he ducks to the inside just a little bit more to try and find some air to cover off the front of that nose.
Ooh, and Brad just half-turned Colby. Little air loose. Yeah, he just he lifted. There's a guy underneath the tires. Just wasn't really a direct contact there, but that lifted the back end of Colby's car there.
Colby with a big block, trying to defend from Brad Wilson.
That's scary. What a scary moment there for Colby Jackson.
One interesting thing that I'm seeing here is a lot. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. It's all good. I was saying he just maintained his cool, but what do you see?
One interesting thing that I'm seeing here, as someone that's admittedly, as a iRacing driver, not got a lot of experience running Kentucky, I'm very surprised to see a lot of drivers go not even just onto the yellow line on the inside, but even go a little bit below it into the corners. There's evidently some grip there, as the drivers would not be using it if there wasn't just a little bit of time to find. And as I was saying, Brad Wilson, one of the main ones doing it, especially when he was closer up to Colby. So possibly a bit of a speed advantage, a bit more grip if you put your tires just a little bit further below the line there.
That's scary. I never assume that's going to actually go well for you, especially in 1 and 2 where the banking is more severe. I always assume that's just going to be, a recipe for disaster. But tracks that let you do it, there we go. Right now, we just saw Justin Lewis dip the car down below the yellow line on the tri-oval. The more we see cars do it, and he's doing almost right there, it seemed to be viable. Yeah, there is some viability there here at Kentucky. I'm trying to think of other tracks that have got that kind of viability, but Kentucky stands out. It's definitely one where people are pushing that line, and they're trying to find themselves grip as close to the inside anywhere they can find it.
Mm-hmm. And I see we're only 23 laps. We're only 23 laps into this run, but we're already seeing possibly a little bit of tire degradation. A very important thing about this race that the drivers are going to have to be very, very conscious about is saving that right front tire. The right front tire is going to be the tire that's going to be used up most, as you're obviously putting the most load into it as you enter these corners, and these long sweeping corners as well, like turns 3 and 4, where it's a bit flatter and puts a bit heavier of a load onto that tire. One thing that is going to be prevalent is just seeing how much these drivers can save that right front tire, as we see Trevor Dalton wash up way high off of turns 1 and 2. That's going to allow Justin Lewis a little bit of a gap on the inside to try and overtake him. Points leader trying to make an overtake on Trevor Dalton. Let's see if he can get it done here. Trevor Dalton's going to go way up high, and Justin Lewis should have the overtake done.
It's all good.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, very close there. Watch Dalton. Found room. Justin Lewis needs to find some grip. Just about slid a little bit there. Coming out of 3 and 4. There is I'm seeing some of these guys get a little loosey-goosey here and there without too much help from the other cars around them.
That's going to be mainly in the hands of the aerodynamics of this car and how closely, especially how closely with their following with each other. But it's also not a effect for the chaser, but also the person that is being chased. As we see Justin Lewis try and make a move on the 31 of Brad Wilson, he's going to have the side draft on the outside, as there are now 3 cars battling for 3rd place at the moment.
Lewis is just far enough up that Wilson can't make the block. There at the wall, the 7 makes the slip right past the 31. Here comes Logan Wilson, Trevor Dalton on the outside as well, with Brad Wilson on the inside. Justin Lewis has got plenty of room now. He made the pass. Dalton's going to pass as well.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And as I was saying, if we continue here into this run, Colby Jackson way down the track to try and aero block Justin Lewis there. But as I was saying, the aerodynamics does not only come into play if you're the person chasing the driver in front. It also comes to play if you are the person being chased, as we see Justin Lewis rocket around the outside of Colby Jackson. Not quite enough to clear him, though maybe with a run down the straightaway he will. Yes, he will clear him down the front straightaway. But one of the things is that if you get right up, if you're chasing someone and you get right up to their back bumper in any of these corners, it'll upset the aerodynamics of the rear of the car of the person that's being chased, which is why sometimes even throughout this race we will see cars that are being closely tailgated by another car behind them. Even if there's no contact, they'll sometimes snap really, really loose coming off of the corner. That's the aerodynamics at play.
That is scary stuff. It's really wild that, you don't even need to make contact and you could ruin someone's day there. So you got to be careful going in for those big follows, those big passes. Be careful entering and leaving all that air, because it's going to cause changes for the car ahead of you.
As we're watching Brad Wilson here, he's lost quite a bit of ground in these last few laps. I'm wondering what the reason is. I mean, he restarted up in 4th, and he's already down back to 7th. A lot of people have gone past him, and to be quite honest with me, have made quite easy work of him while passing, as he's now falling further away from Maxwell Caldwell.
Here's a name that I wanted to mention. I mentioned in my picks, one to watch, Michael Matta. Matta, the 16, woo! Makes a flying pass on Trevor Dalton, the 27 here. Tries to make the pass on the 5, gets up into the back of the car a little bit. No contact. Gets side by side with Colby Jackson. Michael Matta wants 2nd place real bad, or 3rd place real bad, and he's going to take it. 3rd place now belongs to Michael Matta.
Michael Matta with an incredible string of overtakes there down the front straightaway, off of turn 4, down the front straightaway alone too. Was able to clear, I believe, 2 cars, and Colby Jackson tried to block him. It did not work. Michael Matta was able to still use the run and get to the outside of him. Colby Jackson blocked off the inside, but forced him to run the outside lane. Is now Colby Jackson trying hard to come back at him. Michael Matta looks like he's gonna have the exit speed. No, Colby Jackson again right there with him in his draft as they enter turns 3 and 4.
And honestly, Honestly, Colby Jackson, one of the more aggressive drivers on the field. He is the kind of driver who will throw the block. He will take the chance with the right hook. If he thinks he can land it, he'll throw the swing. And so there's a very good chance that Colby Jackson here is going to be using those blocks, but he did not have a block there for Trevor Dalton. So we'll see as he as he slides back now into 5th place, still in the top 5. It's Colby Jackson, but here comes Maxwell Caldwell, maybe to ruin his day.
Yeah, Colby Jackson has been compared in some circles to the Carson Hocevar of iRacing. And as well, he's gone by the nickname Triple T, and that Triple T does not stand for the term that we've seen online thrown around.
Should I even ask? I'm too old. I'm in Unk mode right now. Oh, I see. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, right now he's getting run over.
And they're 2 by 2. I believe 2 rows back. Colby Jackson falls back behind Maxwell Caldwell. He's not going to put up too much of a fight. And I did see Jacob Prince in the number 9 car made a move again on Brad Wilson. Brad Wilson falling even more places back. As we see, this group of cars hasn't really been able to separate themselves from 3rd on back. They've not really been able to separate themselves, as we now see Jacob Prince getting a little bit of a run on Colby Jackson, not really able to do anything with it here, as we see 27 Trevor Dalton trying to come up the inside of Michael Matta.
Can he do it? Can he use the inside line and find the speed? There it is. Boom! With an explosion into the turn. Quite the speed. Matta's going to maintain his cool, fall back a little bit, but he's going to give that lead to Trevor Dalton, who's going to take 3rd place now, and Trevor Dalton finds his way to the podium.
And Caldwell had to lift off the throttle severely in turn 4 as Michael Matta got out of it to try and get a run. Now, Michael Matta under attack from Colby Jackson. Jackson's going to take the spot easily in turn 2.
Damn, what a reversal of fortune there. Michael Matta now out of the top 3 still in the top 5. Side by side behind him, it's Maxwell Caldwell and Jacob Prince. Prince in the 9 car, the Lamar window film car, down on the inside. Almost had him side by side now, still with a 94. Maxwell Caldwell and him. Can he make a difference? Can he get the speed he needs to make the pass on Caldwell?
Prince has not really been able to nail the exit speed like Caldwell has over these past few laps. Now here he has a bit of a run, but he's going to carry it all the way to the outside to try and get the draft down the front straightaway. He does have a bit of a run on Caldwell this lap. Can he do anything with it? He's going to try and make a run around the outside, try to stick with it, but it's just not going to work off of the exit of turn 2. Though maybe he has an opportunity into turn 3. Here he comes on the inside, makes the move stick. Can he clear him? Yes, he can initially, but he's going to wash up, and that's going to give the opportunity right back to Caldwell.
Yeah, that wash-up really did a number on him there. If he could have maintained that inside line and somehow just willed the force of nature to avoid his car for just long enough to stay on the inside line, he would have avoided washing up Maxwell Caldwell and basically handing Caldwell the momentum that he needed to stay ahead of him.
He's going to try again this lap, the same exact move, though it doesn't get quite the result. Oh, contact! As they come onto pit road, Michael Matta is going to spin. Michael Matta spins coming onto pit road, though does manage to get it held onto. That's Michael Matta, Colby Jackson, and the 27 of Trevor Dalton all coming to pit road at the same time.
Wow, what a mess. Prince right into the back of Michael Matta. I don't know if maybe he missed the call out or if there was no call out there, but I think Prince was just zoned on trying to make his pass, and he ended up slamming into the back of the 16 Michael Matta right before Matta was making the pit. He entered the pit a little bit hot, spun. That was a situation. Oh, that was gross. But you know what I'm noticing? We are still go, go, go. We are still green. And we're going around right now with Justin Lewis and Maxwell Caldwell way out in front.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a little difficult to get. It's a little difficult to indicate to other drivers that you're pitting in, especially at these 1.5-mile ovals where the entry to pit road is so tight off the corner. But I don't know, Trevor Prince, with the way that he was just following so closely behind, yeah, I do agree. It does seem he was quite zoned in on making that overtake and didn't realize that the 16 was slowing down. That was almost very, very disastrous for Michael Matta.
Yeah. And so the results now, Santi, of that situation is that Justin Lewis has a 3-second lead on the rest of the field. All of that mixing up there, that slam from Michael Matta, all the resulting fallout has given him the 3-second lead. And as these pit stops cycle through, we're going to be seeing some changes up here in the top 10, and we're going to want to keep an eye on that. As we see now, it's Justin Lewis, Maxwell Caldwell, Jacob Prince in the 1, 2, 3, but Landon Kano, a name we have not mentioned yet tonight, is sitting in 4th with Jacob Zala in 5th.
Now, a lot of drivers, a lot of these drivers possibly getting this track position because they've been saving their stuff. They've been honestly working away in the back of the field trying to take care of that right front tire and try and make it last as long as possible, and also possibly saving a little bit of fuel by lifting a bit earlier, not getting onto the throttle as hard off the exit of the corner. And as you mentioned, Justin Lewis with that 3-second lead, all that battling behind was exactly what he wanted to see. That's all he's going to need if he wants his strategy to hopefully play out in his favor.
That's a good point. That's just about all he's going to need. As right now we see that all that Justin Lewis needs is more open road. All Maxwell Caldwell needs is for Jacob Prince not to find any speed. And all Jacob Prince needs is for Zala and Kano and Thad Teasley, who's right there, those three to sort things out. Behind Thad Teasley, though, Benjamin Smith and my pick for the race, Austin Call, are racing. Austin Call, the 18 Aflac machine, on the outside right now, trying to make the pass. He's bouncing around a little bit, a little loosey-goosey, but he makes the pass on the Don, just barely.
Yeah, Austin Call with a huge run off of the turn, off the corner, was able to utilize that and just barely clear the 11 of Benjamin Smith just before the entry of turn 3.
Just for the entry there, and now they're back together again. Aflac, the 18 on the outside, through the backstretch here. And the Don B is just not quite able to keep up here as the Aflac car makes the pass. Austin Call moves up to 7th now, looking for 6th.
Smith's coming to pit road with Rylan Long coming with him as well. A lot of drivers choosing to pit. Thad Teasley as well. There's a lot of these drivers that we saw had gained track position from staying out.
It's very true. Now, let's have a look at a replay here for Austin Call.
Yeah, this was Austin Call's pass, or the aftermath of it, and how he was able to drive away as Smith came into pit road. He's now got clear open air in front of him to be able to make whatever time he needs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Oh, we got a caution on track.
And there's a caution out on the track.
Oh, that's Justin Lewis. Justin Lewis has spun. He spun on the exit of turn 2. And that is huge. Now driving backwards, he's going to get it back. Oh, he gets hit again. No! Who was that? That was Caleb Ellswick. Just as Justin Lewis was coming back onto the track, he gets hit again.
Lewis with the spin. Lewis with the rear end. Really unfortunate turn of events there. As last week's winner has quite the situation here, and we are under yellow yet again here, folks, from Kentucky. We're on lap 52, folks, here on Grid Vision J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series. 52 laps out of 125, and I think this might be a perfect time for me to go ahead and talk a little bit about one of our sponsors here. So on the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series, who is it that helps us keep the lights on?
Oh
Let's
my
hope, and
gosh.
more still wrecking as we go through here. But let's as the guys on the field get themselves cleaned up, we're going to talk a little bit about J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series themselves. J&M Group. The J&M Group Industrial Services. J&M Group Industrial Services, they are Michigan's premier CNC machine tool service provider. They offer routine maintenance, preventative maintenance, geometry, calibration, machine relocation, and more. And with over 80 years of hands-on experience, state-of-the-art equipment, and quick turnaround times, the J&M Group Industrial Services is the best in the biz. Go to www.jmgrp.net. That's www.jmgrp.net for more info about J&M Group Industrial Services.
So this is the 7 when he finally did
Okay.
pit, as we earlier mentioned, had that 3-second lead. He's going to get right side tires up, change right side tires, and left sides as well. He could afford to do that because of the lead that he had. Now, exiting pit road, fairly standard. I imagine it was when he was exiting pit road, possibly cold tires, that caused that spin. As we'll see here,
He's going at a
riding
pretty good
on
clip
board with him.
right now.
Oh yeah, it is. It was overcorrected and bams into the wall.
Wow.
Not a lucky break at all.
Wow.
Waiting for
Okay.
Caleb Ellswick as he tries to do a reverse turn. Oh, there, man. Vicious hit. There's a lot more damage than he was originally expecting.
Yeah. I don't know. If I was Ellswick, I wouldn't necessarily have expected him to back up and pop the J turn. Like, I don't think I would have expected that maneuver. A long lazy turn, maybe, but the quick turn, I don't know if I would have expected that. So I think that Ellswick did what he could and just couldn't quite there was nothing else to do.
Yeah, not a lot of downforce on these cup cars at these types of tracks. So not a lot when you're already up to speed and already committed to a certain line. Not a lot you can do to avoid a car that's coming back onto the racetrack like that, coming back into your lane. So, and coming off of the pit road with the cold tires, I know it can happen to a lot of people. A lot of people have spun out on cold tires, but for a person like Justin Lewis and his stature, with being one of the fastest drivers in this league, it's got to be a rare mistake for him, and a costly one at that.
That's right. Rare and costly mistake. And let's have a look. Let's have a look at the top 10. Who is running where and how's it going for them? Right now, in first place, it's Maxwell Caldwell with Austin Call in second. Mike Boone's in third. Bill Hagen's in fourth. Joshua Yarborough's in fifth. Jose Medina's in sixth. Logan Wilson's in seventh. John Kelly is in eighth. Drew Kuhn is in ninth. And Cale Peterson is in 10th. That's your top 10 right now. A couple names we haven't heard from earlier, and this is probably because of the pit stop situations we've seen. We got Mike Boone and Bill Hagen up here in the top 5. We haven't mentioned them yet this race either.
Yeah, and that was probably because they were the drivers that stayed out long enough until they could get that caution from when Justin Lewis spun.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And over here in the middle of the pack, we've also got Michael Matta, Landon Kano, and Trevor Dalton. Heavy hitters, all three, right in a row. Starting at 11th, going to 13th, Dalton, Matta, and Kano. The three of them are going to be one of the packs to watch here.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the early leaders were, in all honesty, kind of screwed over by that caution because they had just pitted and they were coming out of the pits. Their tires weren't up to temperature. They weren't running as fast laps possibly as these people that went out. We're going for the restart here.
All right, we've got the restart coming up. Here, we're waiting for it. There is the flag down. There's the zone, I mean. And, ooh, a bit of wheel spin from Benjamin Smith in the middle of the pack there. But up at the front, Maxwell Caldwell has got things going, and we are away.
Really good restart from Maxwell Caldwell. That's one thing I've noticed that one thing that he's really been able to do all race was get these good restarts, and even in the laps after the restarts, he's been super quick. That's how he was able to get in the position to be in this place, but now he's got Alston Call straight behind him, looking for a move into turn one, thinks about it, thinks better of it, backs off, and lets Maxwell slide down in front of him.
That's right. And that was the good decision from Austin Call. Good call there. No pun intended, but I'll take it. And I think that he made the right decision to not push and not try to prevent the block, but just slide back a little bit. This is not the moment. We're only on lap 59, looking at lap 60. We're about halfway through the race.
Got another caution.
Whoa, I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. Let's look back through the field and see who may have had a little whoopsie poo here. Oh, I saw a car spun. It looks like we got Caleb Ellswick down pit road right now. Zeth Hawley as well. But it might have been Caleb Ellswick there who had done that spin.
Yeah, Caleb Ellswick was the person that hit Justin Lewis, so possibly aero-related damage here.
Okay.
Or just on pit road, getting repairs done, taking advantage of the caution. It's a little difficult to see because by the time that the caution came out, it appeared that everyone was almost on their way and ready to roll again.
Yeah.
There is Justin Lewis. Now.
Yeah. Let's see. As we've got, let's see, we go through the back of the pack here. I'm gonna try to see who was going through that situation. Well, Hawley's back out. We got LaGraves. Zala.
Possibly might have been Colby Jackson. I'm not seeing him anywhere in this field right now.
Oh, yeah, I do see a lot of damage on Colby Jackson. Also, ooh, tremendous damage on Colby Jackson. That might be where things did go wrong.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Lots of damage.
Smashed up. Really smashed up.
Oh, it was on the restart.
Jackson is down pit road. Yeah, here we go. Down the restart. Jackson goes on the inside, gets backed up behind the 21, tries to find a spot on the inside. They're too wide, though. He's got no room with the snap. He keeps control just long enough, but he's back down to the inside. This is all in the replay, folks. This is what caused this situation here. Now Colby Jackson.
Oh, he gets hooked by Michael Matta and straight into the wall.
Wow.
And then hit again by the 89 car. Gosh.
If it's not one thing, it's another.
And Colby Jackson was one of those drivers that was screwed over by and yeah, that's the 22 car that spun after Ronnie Hurst
Ronnie,
caught up after hitting Colby Jackson. Colby
Ronnie's
probably not
fans.
happy.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, Ronnie's fans are gonna be upset. They're here every week.
Oh yeah, nothing he really could have done. Same sort of situation as experienced by Ellswick and the Justin Lewis spin back on track. Just nowhere for him to go. And the car not maneuverable enough.
Yeah.
Colby Jackson will still not be happy about that as he comes back down on pit road. He's got the damage at least somewhat repaired. It's where lights are off on the safety car. But again, he was one of those people that got screwed over by Justin Lewis's spin and the caution resulting after that. And aggressive, trying to make moves possibly, but that one didn't look like his fault there.
And he's already off pit road. He'll be rejoining the pack very soon here. The pack currently led by Austin Call, Maxwell Caldwell, and Joshua Yarbrough.
Joshua Yarbrough's
And that
back up there. We didn't see him really at all through that last phase before the caution, but now he's right back up there in 4th place.
That's right. And he just saw his other trash can racing, his other TCR teammate, Ronnie Hurst, just got rocked. So that's even more reason for Joshua to want to race a little harder today.
Absolutely, as we're coming to the restart here. Lap 62. Call on the outside. Caldwell on the inside in the 94 as they're coming up to the Geico restart zone. We will get things going once again. Green flag out once again here at Kentucky. Caldwell again with a mega launch off the line. Can Call do anything into turn 1? Not really, no. Caldwell blocks him off, and they are 1-2 in that order. Call second, and Caldwell in the lead, though Caldwell gets a big...
Oh, we got wrecking behind. Massive wreck behind. The cars are just gone.
That is Rylan Long that spun into the inside. Ronnie Welshell and Ronnie Hurst again caught up in another accident after the initial contact with Colby.
Yes, sir. Really unfortunate.
Fortunate for a lot of these guys, as we'll get a replay here of what exactly happened. So this was the restart. It's about mid-pack. We're watching a decently big stack up from all these cars. We're looking for Ronnie Hurst in the 22. Sorry, 24. Ron Long. Oh, he gets loose, coming off the car. Oh, and slams
Whoa.
the 3 car into the inside wall, and they all stack up. There's Hurst getting caught up in yet another accident through no fault of his own. Just running out of room to run.
Yeah. Nowhere to go, nowhere to play on the track. And that's what happens. Let's do a little ride on with the 24.
Right on
see what they can
board.
see. Oh, look at this. Ooh. Ooh.
Just gets hooked and then rebounds straight down into Louis. Just rebounds straight into Bill Hagan.
Ugh.
A very unfortunate scenario, especially with a back straightaway as tight and narrow as it is here at Kentucky. Not a lot of room for wrecked race cars to go with all the momentum that they're carrying after being hooked.
And here's a
And a
little
view from the J&M Group blimp here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Oof.
There's a lot of heavy impacts in this wreck from a lot of drivers not being able to slow down properly. Gosh. That inside wall being concrete. There's a really hard hits there, especially from Bill Hagan after being hit by Rylan Long.
And down and around we go. The caution is out. The yellow is flying. And folks, I think this might be a good time for us to take a short little break here. And we'll be right back with more from Kentucky Speedway. Don't go anywhere. Hey, folks, we are back here in the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series. We're going to go green any second here. So, Santiago, why don't you take us to the green flag or to the restart zone here?
Yeah, Maxwell Caldwell again on the inside with Austin Call on the outside in the number 18 Aflac car. We'll come to the green flag. Can Caldwell get as good of a launch as he does the last time around? We're green once again at Kentucky, and it's another great launch from Caldwell, and that has left Austin Call in a precarious position. Mike Boone on the inside, trying to make a move. He washes up, almost makes contact with the number 18 of Austin Call. He's going to get signed off. We're wrecking in the back. Big accident further behind and a huge crash on the back straightaway. It's the 6th car, I believe that went around in the back straightaway.
Or Paul Ferdiani.
Paul Ferdiani, one of the drivers caught up in that wreck. You see him immediately down on pit road, and we're gonna ride on board we're gonna see the replay. So see here Paul, the 45 checks up right in front of him and gets loose, slams him, and then Michael Mata again, and it's just a huge stack up, lot of heavy impacts here, a lot of drivers honestly not slowing up for the wreck. There's Rylan Long again in the 24 car, caught up in another wreck. Gosh.
Yep. We saw Poleshi as well. Let's see what happened to him here.
Restarted on the outside. Colby Jackson, I believe, was the one on the inside making the move on the car underneath him. And this is what he sees on board. And he just starts to see smoke, many cars scattering in his position, makes it through, and then gets hit by Rylan Long. Thought the seas open for him, but then was jump scared by the wall immediately after.
Yeah, thought he was good. If I had been behind the wheel, I would have gone phew, and I would have gotten, that many syllables out before I got hit by the second car. But I would have been ready to celebrate.
Yeah, and after the wreck, he hit Rylan Long after the wreck, so obviously very, very displeased is the 81 Ender Poleshi. And that toe link.
Some toe damage, apparently.
Yeah, with a hit like that, the toe link's going to get bent in a way that's going to really upset the car's driving and the car's handling. So we saw him coming down pit road. That was most likely the issue that he was trying to fix. And now because of that wreck, we're going to have a really mixed up, again, another mixed up front set of drivers. Caldwell again is still in first, and Austin Call is still in second. But behind that, we've got some new faces.
That's true. That's true. Mike Boone, Joshua Yarborough is up pretty far. All right, and it looks like we're on lap 69. Nice, out of 125 there, folks. So we will be, we are well into the second half, excuse me, of this race. Thank you for joining us. If you've been with us since the beginning, it's nice to have you. If you just joined us, welcome to Grid Vision, everybody, for the Monday night, the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series. We bring you this every week. We're on lap. I keep saying that. We're on race 5 of the series here. And after 5 races, we've had some exciting finishes, exciting stuff going on here. This race from Kentucky, though, has been an absolute meat grinder of a race, I got to say, as we have had a bit of a caution fest starting to brew here. And I think the drivers are also wanting that to sort of cool off. And hopefully we'll see the second half of this race let cooler minds prevail. And cooler, I guess, throttle hits, because it seems to be that the track is taking out people as much as they're taking out each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And Austin Call, in an attrition race, is your points leader. He's sitting second, and he has been. He's braved all these restarts. He's braved all these wrecks. Obviously, they've all happened behind him, but he's braved the chaos of these restarts and is able to remain up in second for quite a long time. He has been challenging for the lead, but let's see if he can get it done here on the restart.
Here we go. The Affleck car in the 94 on the inside. Here comes the Geico restart zone. And we know what happens when Maxwell Caldwell is there on the inside. He gets a good launch, and he gets one right now. What a launch from Maxwell Caldwell, way out ahead. Austin Call behind is going to hold on to number 2, and we are launching it into turn 1 here in lap 71.
Looks like a fairly ordered restart from most of the field so far. We've got no one really trying to make any major aggressive moves. Caldwell again with another mega launch as we see Austin Call get really tight mid-corner as we see Michael Matta coming into the pits further behind, possibly to try and repair some more damage from that last wreck as we got drivers flanking out 3 wide. That is Jose Medina on the very inside of the number 9 of Jacob Prince. Is he going to get the move done? Yes, he is almost. Jacob Prince with a run down the back straightaway, trying to take that position back as they enter turns 3 and 4.
And Peterson, Cale Peterson right there in 8th right now. Ooh, with a little bit of dust behind him against the wall, Peterson's going to have to hold off Colby Jackson, who's back up on his feet here.
Yeah, Colby Jackson, he's gotten right back there. He's already back up to 9th after going through a major incident after hitting the wall on one of the previous restarts there. He's got Cale Peterson charging up behind him, but he's still holding on to 9th. Let's see as this run progresses if he can try and make a move. Here he comes down to the inside of Trevor Dalton. He's going to take it 3 wide into turn 1 on the very inside. Trevor Dalton backs off ever so slightly, trying to keep the foot in it. Can Colby Jackson clear him? Yes, he will. A mega pass from Colby Jackson in the number 5 car. But here comes Trevor Dalton back on the inside.
Trevor Dalton with the undercut. Are they going to make contact? Ooh, just a little bit, just a shave off the top there, off the back right, back left, excuse me, of Colby Jackson. Just a shave as the two cars do make just a little bit of contact, but not enough to make an influence. They're still just neck and neck with each other, but it looks like Colby Jackson is going to fall back, going to pull ahead of Trevor Dalton here, and he's won this battle, but maybe not the war.
Yeah, Trevor Dalton. Oh man, look at Cale Peterson all the way around the outside, using that middle lane to his advantage to gain the momentum. He's gonna clear Trevor Dalton, and Trevor Dalton has lost 2 places in the span of 2 laps now.
Yo, we got a spin and a save. A spin and a save, and then we got cars around.
Oh, we got a car.
The wreck's coming. The wreck's coming.
Multiple cars.
The wreck's coming. Now, the person who did the save, I want to give major props to Ronnie Hurst. Ronnie Hurst had a spin followed by a save, and then after that we had other cars spinning. But I think it all started, or with excuse me. Also, I want to throw it out to Jose Medina. That's the car I'm looking at here. Jose Medina, the 54, had a pretty crazy slide and a pretty crazy save. Let's see if we can get eyes on him, exactly what happened here with Jose Medina. The 54 car of Jose Medina.
We'll get a replay here as Jose is currently heading down the back straightaway. This is on the restart.
Watch this here. Let's see if I can get eyes on when this started.
Oh, a huge block down into turn 3 on the 27 car, just in front of Colby Jackson.
We did not get a caution for that wreck. That's a. See if we can get us back up here at the front. Oh, well, the Jose Medina situation didn't seem to be the cause of the caution. It was a little bit beforehand, but what the caution happened a little bit afterwards. But there was a lot going on, to be honest. It was a span of about 7 or 8 seconds where we had slides from Medina. We had a tandem slide that actually caused the wreck. So the situation now, though, looks like folks are getting pit stops where they can, and they'll be back out on the track to get things started yet again here on the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series. Take a quick look-see at where Thad Teasley goes around.
Oh, Jose Medina with a mega save. And that's where the 33... Teasley.
There's the tandem slide.
Oh, gosh. And, man, a lot of near misses on that accident. That was...
Yeah.
Was Jonathan Casabert on the inside that went around with Tad Teasley.
Yes, sir. And we saw the very beginning of that. You caught the end of Jose Medina's little trip there. He had an incredible save up there, just a few cars ahead. But I think that maybe watching him go through that, whenever you see a car start to slide like that and you see that activity, you naturally just dump a ton of adrenaline into your system, and you think immediately, am I going to become part of this situation in a good positive way or a negative way? And your mind starts to slip on your strategy, and you start to get very tactical. But that can make you suffer. That can make you suffer in terms of your speed. That can make you suffer in terms of how the car handles and how you expect it to. So as soon as you switch from that sort of grand strategy to the immediate tactics of what do I do now, it's like almost a coin flip whether or not someone is going to wreck themselves out, like we just saw here.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're seeing here, the pace car lights are off. Maxwell Caldwell and Austin Call will be the top two again, followed by Mike Boone in the number 15 car, as they're going to come to the restart here.
down to the restart. And then look who's in 5th right now, Colby Jackson. After that wreck, after his smash to the front left, Colby Jackson is in 5th place. So resilient. And I think we're going to be back at the line any second here now. Santi, why don't you take it away?
As we'll see, Maxwell Caldwell and Austin Call going for the Geico restart zone once again. It is lap 79 coming to lap 80. We're going to go green once again. Call did not get a very good launch. He's immediately under attack from Mike Boone as they enter turn 1. Mike Boone looking to try and take advantage of that poor start by Austin Call, but Call's going to have the outside lane. He's going to have to run off the corner, and Colby Jackson waiting in the wings, trying to see if he can make any positions off of this battle as they head into turn 3.
Jackson isn't able to make the position. Oh, Boone! Boone's into Call! Boone's into Call, but Boone does not spin him. Then he's down into Jackson! Boone is all over the field. Call is safe, though. We're still green, and now the whole field is bunched up behind, and there's the wreck. Colby's around, and there's the wreck. Call is safe. Boone is safe, but Boone really stirred the pot here up at the front here. We're starting with getting into Austin Call and then bouncing back down into Colby Jackson. And I think that's pretty much the only way you can call this one, is that this restart and this yellow kind of fell at the ambitions of Mike Boone.
And this is Colby Jackson once again caught up in another incident after driving so far up into the lead pack. Just gets spun and collects a few others with him. That was Dalton.
Yeah, Dalton's down the apron.
That was Dalton on the apron. Colby went down to try and block him, a bit of a late block, and we see so often at Kentucky that the apron just bounces you straight up, and that's possibly what happened to Trevor Dalton as he ricocheted up into Colby Jackson here.
Let's watch it.
No, it was more Colby Jackson coming down on him and then sending him straight down, and then obviously with all the momentum he comes straight back up the track and takes out a couple of other people in the 30. Well, yeah, that is the 33 of Tad Teasley.
Do you think Dalton was just instinctively trying to correct to just stay straight, and then that correction is just what brought his momentum all the way back up on the track? That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah,
because trying to maintain, you know.
Yeah, he had the car straight, and then just there was too little space and not enough time to slow down here as we get the slow motion of the cockpit view. Yeah, he does only correct to try and keep the car straight, but then the bumps on the inside as well help upset the car. So Trevor Dalton, with a good attempt to save the car, but not a good area to try and save it as the bumps upset the car and sent him back out into the field.
Yes, sir. We see that tiny little hit right there cost him everything. All the momentum comes back up the field. And there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. What a race so far. Ooh. It's been like I've just said a meat grinder. I could use another analogy, a cheese grater. Like, what do you want? What do you want to hear? You know, it's brutal. Yeah, the more we talk about him, the more attention he gets. The commentator curse on Colby Jackson. You've I don't know how exposed you've been to the old commentator's curse there, Santi, but the more we talk about somebody, the worse they do, as you probably are aware.
Yeah. And my apologies for the mic issues there. I was going through something with the mic disconnecting from my computer, but got it back working again. But yeah, Colby Jackson, you know, had driven up from the field and just got a little too, just really got put in a bad scenario there. After seeing the replay again, it looked like Trevor Dalton and him really just sort of veered together as they came down onto the apron, which is obviously not a situation that you want to be in.
That's right. That's right. Side by side, 2 wide all the way down. We're going to see that restart now. Mike Boone, very ambitious driver. I got to say, I don't think he's a malicious driver, but that ambition costs the field the yellow here. Boone is still out in front right now with Maxwell Caldwell. Let's see what the two of them can do in the front row here. I think that Boone has not been a name we've mentioned so far, but he's a driver I'm going to keep my eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. As we come here into the Geico restart zone, once again, the field will bunch up. Maxwell Caldwell has been magical with those restarts so far. As we come onto lap 85 here, once again, Maxwell Caldwell will get the huge jump, and he's already going to be 1 car length clear. Mike Boone is having trouble. He looks like he's out of fuel. He's going to slow up way much in front of the field and barely avoid a wreck. He missed a shift, sorry. At least it looks like he did. He's back going now. 3 wide in between the 77 of Joshua Yarborough and the 81 of Andrew Pileshi as he now goes up to the high side to try and find room there.
Wow, what another dust up. We almost had another yellow there on that restart. What a situation where you find yourself just out in front and unready for the restart. You're going to cause trouble potentially. Now, though, Zala makes the move for second and takes it away. Jacob Zala in the highest position he's been in this race so far, sitting in second place with Cale Peterson fighting to the death for third with Landon Kano side by side. Kano, the IT and out crowd, is sitting there on the outside. Another IT and out car right behind them. Can these two guys make the pass on Cale Peterson and send that Air Force car just a little bit back in the pack?
Yeah, and Cale Peterson, he's been one of those people that he was one of the early leaders as he almost thinks about clearing, makes a little bit of contact with Logan Wilson, but it ultimately doesn't involve anything major than that. He's going to drop back a little bit in turns 3 and 4. But Cale Peterson was one of those early leaders that we didn't see from, I believe, lap about 30 to now. He's come back up and he's all the way up into 5th place now.
That's a darn good point, my man. Darn good point. Cale Peterson, 5th place. Just a little bit ahead of him. Logan Wilson, Landon Kano, Jacob Zala, and then Maxwell Caldwell holding things down very far out in front. As usual, his restarts have been immaculate this race. And if we do get a chance to talk to him later, I want to ask him about what the secret is there. Back in the pack a little bit, though. We've got racing 3 wide. Justin Lewis, Joshua Yarborough, Mike Boone, all side by side. Lewis is up. Ooh, almost into Yarborough. Almost into Yarborough there. But Lewis is going to make the pass on him anyway. He's just far enough ahead that he can close the door, and he does. Joshua Yarborough falls behind Justin Lewis, and Mike Boone is right there as well.
Yeah, Justin Lewis, looks like he's gonna take the position away from Drew Kuhn. He's gonna move all the way up into 12th place, it looks like. Yeah, 12th place he's gonna move up into as he comes here for the restart. Sorry. Yeah, he's back down. It appears that he's trying to get his lap back here as appears to me he's in 21st position. So yeah, making a lot of ground up. He's now coming up to the back of Ronnie Welchel, trying to take every position away and try and put himself in the best position to be the first lap down car.
Let's see if he can pull this off. That would be extremely nice. Logan Wilson, Cale Peterson right now having it out, though. But Landon Kano is up ahead as well, and Logan Wilson right behind. Wilson trying to make a dive down to the inside. Now, these are teammates, Kano and Wilson. So there's a good chance that Logan Wilson is just trying to be a little defensive towards Cale Peterson, who's sitting behind him. But we shall see.
Absolutely. Yeah. Landon Kano in the number 45 car. We haven't seen much of these IT and out cars so far this race, but they've both driven their way up to the front of the field, now sitting third and fourth respectfully. So a really good result currently for this team, as we see Cale Peterson trying to make a run, trying to look a little bit. He's going to have the run down the straightaway if he gets into the draft. Possibly not enough to make a move into the first corner, but we shall see. Yeah, no, not enough to make a move into the first corner, but Landon Kano drawing ever so slightly nearer to the front end of Logan Wilson.
Shoot. And just a little ways back, cars are bouncing off the wall, trying to get through that first and second, or that turn. It's just a little bouncy back there. That's first, second, third, and fourth turn. I've noticed that entering 3, some cars have been sending it just a little bit hot as they've been entering 3, and that the situation is that if you're really close to the wall, there's a very good chance you're going to slide right up into it. And I've seen more smoke fly on the wall of 3, I think, than almost maybe just about anywhere in the back stretch, especially though when you come out of 2. I've also noticed a lot of smoke as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we see Logan Wilson get up into the wall just as you were talking about. Got very close to that wall, though I don't know if that was exactly the type of scenario you were talking about. Whereas it was sending it into the corner, he was sending it out of the corner, trying to maximize everything on corner exit, and just brushed the wall ever so slightly.
Yeah, I'm seeing it here. Now let's bring it up back up to the front of the pack here. Maxwell Caldwell still sitting out in front. He's about a half second ahead of Jacob Zala. Zala in second place has been a driver we haven't mentioned too much, but he's a driver that gets mentioned every single week like clockwork. So right now, Zala's looking pretty good as he chases down Maxwell Caldwell, and I mean chases down. There is actually a pretty good chance that he can make up the speed here and get within shooting distance, and be able to get our, throw a rock and pester the windshield of Maxwell Caldwell there. He could probably get within rock throwing distance there.
Yeah, as we'll come across the line, we'll see. Oh, we got a yellow flag.
Yellow flag is out in the back. Red car around. Who was that?
It looks like there's a couple of cars that were up towards the wall further back. I think Logan Wilson was one of them, even though he was one of the people that we were previously focusing on for the lead.
Ooh, heavy damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, heavy damage Wilson for sure.
Oh. So we'll get the replay here. He's following in, just tucking in behind Landon Kano. He comes up, barely clears the car behind him. We're going to get the onboard. Cale Peterson sends it down the inside. We're still into contact, and now that's the 9 car trying to take advantage, and there, Cale Peterson and Logan just get hooked together, and man, that really, oh man, Jacob Prince there at the wrong time gets slammed up into the wall, collected in their incident, and Cale Peterson's really free to go. He pinched incredibly hard down on the inside lane, washed way up into, Logan Wilson pinched way hard and just caused Cale Peterson to wash up the track and into the 9 of Jacob Prince. Riding on board with Wilson as he sends it, gets sent on the inside, a little bit of contact. Yeah. And then right here, oh man, he went straight down to try and cover off Cale Peterson and ended up making contact with him, almost sending him sideways and sending him directly into the path of Jacob Prince. Jacob Prince not going to be very happy about that.
All right, folks, we are on lap 98 of 125. Looking around, trying to see where things stand after this. We are almost to the triple digits here. And let's break down who's winning right now, how the top 10 is sitting here in tonight's race. Austin Call right now is sitting in first place. Your points leader, no, yep, your current point leader is Austin Call, and he is, did he just go to the pits actually? Very good. The leaders have actually pit on this caution, so they're going to be cycling through here, folks. You're going to be hearing some names that may not have heard before here in the top 10. But let's go ahead and break it down for how they're running right now. Austin Call in first, John Kelly in second, Trevor Dalton in third. Excuse me, Maxwell Caldwell in third, Jacob Zala in fourth, Cale Peterson in fifth, Trevor Dalton in sixth, Jacob Prince in seventh, Jonathan Castleberry in eighth, Joshua Yarbrough in ninth, and Drew Calvert was briefly in 10th there. I just was reading off the wrong grid. I'm sorry, folks. Let me give you the right top 10 here. Austin Call in first, John Kelly in second, Trevor Dalton in third, Jonathan Castleberry in fourth, Benjamin Smith in fifth, Drew Kuhn in sixth, Maxwell Caldwell in seventh, Jacob Zala in eighth, Landon Kano in ninth, and Cale Peterson in 10th. That's better.
Yeah, and we're coming to one lap to go here before we go back to green. We'll be coming to lap 101. Only 24 laps. The aggression has already been pretty high, I would say, but we're going to see the aggression notch up as if the race goes green from here on out, which, judging by how we've seen the drivers do so far, is probably not going to be the case. But if it does, in the hypothetical scenario that it does, this is the restart that you want to make your moves on.
You're right. You're right. With 25 to go, this is the one. You want to be in the running order. That's going to be the safe. You want to be in the safest place in the running order during a race of attrition, and that is as far up front as you can possibly be to mitigate your chances of getting into something. Now, being up front, there's going to be moves being made, but you want to be able to avoid one or two cars and not have to dodge 10 cars.
We're getting
and here we go, folks. The green flag is flying.
Austin Call with a mega restart, better than what possibly stuff we've seen out of Maxwell Caldwell, as they're now trying to take it 3 wide further back. That is Benjamin Smith trying to make a pass on the inside for third place on the inside of Drew Kuhn. Drew Kuhn's going to have the outside lane. He's going to try and take the momentum. So we got the 25 car sideways and saves it right up in front of the field. He's still sideways, and he does go around in front of Colby Jackson. Colby Jackson caught up again in yet another wreck as they wreck further behind.
Oh, no. What a mess. Really unfortunate situation there in the back. Jacob Zala, the 25 car, looks like he tried to make the save, and then, unfortunately, physics had other ideas.
It appeared to me like I was watching the rear chase cam from one of the cars in about the mid-pack here. It appears to me that he saved it once and then got hit again by someone by someone behind. So we'll see. We'll get a replay here of the restart. Yeah, Jacob Zala, Cole. A lot of ultra competitive drivers up here. He washes up way up off the corner. Cale Peterson pushing him down the back straightaway and straight into, he just gets loose. And that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. Aero loose from the diffuser, and he gets loose again in front of Colby, and that's the aerodynamic loss of grip that we were talking about earlier, where the car chasing is actually the one that gets the car being chased loose there without any contact.
I think that definitely with that first one, if we see that angle, if we could see it a second time somehow, I think that Colby Jackson might have gotten into the rear. You might have rear-ended him a little bit.
Yeah, And yeah, it was possibly because of the checkup, most definitely from Jacob Zala as he was getting loose. Again, these cars don't have a lot of stopping power. They're not able to really get slowed up that fast if you see someone spinning behind you, but great job saving it the first time. Yeah, and Colby just slams him nowhere to go. And Justin Wilson as well, or sorry, Justin Lewis as well.
Just nowhere to go.
We're going to ride on board with Colby for this restart here. Gets a pretty good restart. Trying to go around the outside of Michael Matta. Does go around the outside of Michael Matta. Has to lift a little bit on the restart. Almost puts himself in the position to put Michael Matta in the wall here. As we see, we don't really see a lot of Jacob Zala, and there he is. He gets way, way loose of the bumper of Cole, and then just slam. Colby has nowhere to go. I mean, he could have darted to the outside if he wanted to slam into the wall, which is obviously not something that you want to do. So nowhere to go without majorly damaging his car. As we're lights on the pace car off once again, and we're getting ready to go green. Austin Call will start. We'll restart in first position, joined alongside by the name we haven't heard up front in quite a while. Trevor Dalton is back up here in the number 27 with Jonathan Casaber in the 73. My underdog pick to win this race. Lap 104, 20 laps to go on this restart here. Finds himself in third place behind Austin Call.
I like that Casaber is here now. This is a great position to be in for the rest of this race. And let's see what happens as the pace car goes off.
Call on the inside and Trevor Dalton on the outside. Who will get the better launch? We've seen the inside lane has so much of a better launch, especially the first car, and he does. Once again, Austin Call sprints away from the rest of the field, now about 5 car lengths ahead as they charge into turn 1. We see a bunch of mixing about further back. Maxwell Caldwell trying to make a move on the 4 car of John Kelly. He does make that move now. Maxwell looking for more as he washes up ever so slightly throughout the corner. He's trying to make a move on Jonathan Casaber. Jonathan Casaber now with the run down the front straightaway. Can he do anything with it? He's going to go high. Looks a bit high. He's going to go low. Fakes high, goes low. Can't really do much. Does not have the entry speed to pull off that move. But now, down the back straightaway with the extra momentum. Can he do anything with it? No. He's staying about the same distance, equal distance away, and he's going to soon fall victim to Maxwell Caldwell trying to drive on the inside, trying to pass him on the inside as they head down onto the front straightaway here.
That's right. Casaber has been the one to watch here up at the front of the field so far. Ooh, nearly door to door with Maxwell Caldwell there. The 94 down on the inside. They come close to touching, but not quite. Casaber falls in right behind the 94 now, and he's going to give him a big push through the backstretch here. Oh, he's going to snap out. 94 goes for the block. Doesn't quite get it. Casaber's got room now. He's on the inside, driving towards the line, but doesn't have enough to hold on to it. And again, falling back here as we come across the line. Lap 108 begins.
John Kelly is now trying to set up a move on Casaber, and look at who's on the outside of him. Joshua Yarborough back again, trying to find his way up to the front in the late stages of this race.
Joshua Yarborough sitting pretty in 6th right now, trying to crack into the top 5 if possible. Can he do it? Now he's got a good push from Cale Peterson behind him. So there's a good chance that Yarborough will make that move, but Yarborough's got to get up to John Kelly first. Ooh, he's got to avoid slamming into the wall. That's not going to help anybody.
Trevor Dalton had a major loss in momentum, or Maxwell Caldwell had a huge run through turns 1 and 2. Maxwell Caldwell is now right up to the rear bumper of Trevor Dalton in the number 27 car, challenging for second place. And I dare say, if Maxwell Caldwell has been this fast in dirty air following other cars, if he gets past Trevor Dalton here, he has the potential to take the win away from Austin Call.
Oh, big words, big words. We shall see how this race will form up here. The closer we get to the end, I think it's going to be a closer and closer race here. Potentially, I think you're onto something, basically. Let's see what happens. Maxwell Caldwell in third right now. Trevor Dalton in second. And in first, it's Austin Call sitting way up ahead there. Maxwell, though, is comfortably sitting behind Trevor Dalton. I don't think he's going to make his move right now. We're on lap 111 of 125, getting closer and closer to those 10. Here comes the move, potentially. No, a nice lazy block from Trevor Dalton, and Maxwell Caldwell's going to have to wait yet again before he can make that that push down to the inside or on the outside to make the pass on Trevor Dalton.
Had the inside line, had a huge head of steam, but then got too close to the back of Trevor Dalton, and that aero wash really affected him. He got tight enough to have to lift out of the throttle and kill his exit momentum. And now he's going to try and do the same thing again, though this time without losing the exit momentum. He's going to have the run off the corner, but will it be enough to try and pass Dalton heading into turn 3? He's going to have a look, try and get in the mirrors, try and fill up the mirrors. He's going to have another mega run in the middle of the corner. Maxwell Caldwell seems to have a very strong car in the middle of the corner, and you know what? Both of these cars, Dalton and Caldwell, are all catching up to Austin Call in the lead.
That's amazing. That's just amazing to me. Austin Call had such a good launch. He immediately made it look like he knew the magic secret that was powering so many other the other leaders we've had here tonight. Maxwell Caldwell specifically with his amazing restarts. But it looks like there's a very good chance that Trevor Dalton is going to catch up to him before the end of this race.
Yeah, he's going to lunge it into turn 1, try and get under, and he does get under Trevor Dalton. Now he's going to get the pass, and he's now has clear air in front of him to now go and chase down Austin Call. Meanwhile, Jonathan Casabier is going to take advantage of the loss in momentum, and he's going to try and go down the inside of Dalton. Dalton, Casabier, side by side as they head onto the front straightaway.
And they're still side by side there across the line. Casabier and 27 and the 27 of Trevor Dalton are still side by side. The 27 holding down the middle line, and a yellow is out way in the back there. Drew Calvert, I think Logan Wilson is definitely one of them. Not Drew Calvert, but Logan Wilson, definitely one of the cars involved in a massive dust up. One of the in and out cars themselves. Maybe a solo situation, but we're going to go back and see. Is right now Logan Wilson is, he's limping.
Yeah, a lot of damage, a lot more damage on that car as we see the replay here. He's got, he just turns in on the 9 car of Jacob Prince. A really late block entering turn 1. In the late stages of this race. Look, he's... Oh no, is that...
Whoa.
Prince washing up? It's... From those two angles, tells two completely different stories here. So we see the damaged car. As we're going to get a slow motion replay here. Sorry, no. Yeah. Logan Wilson trying to make a move, trying to defend. Yeah, from this angle, it looks like he came down on Jacob Prince. And yeah. Jacob Prince nowhere to go.
He wanted to pinch Prince down there so that Prince had to lift or spin. And it feels like that attempt completely backfired on him when Prince just kept driving straight. And in those conditions, you're going to self-spin. You're going to spin yourself right off the nose of the car that you're trying to pinch down, unless you're side by side. And he was not side by side.
Yeah. And Prince is more than entitled to do that at the late stage of the race that we're in. Lap, I believe, 115. The lifts are not going to come at this stage in the race. You're not going to want to lift off the throttle for anybody at this stage in the race, because you're all going for it. Whatever happens, happens at this stage of the race. So
exactly.
No real efforts to be kind, as I would say, like they were earlier in the race, because they're all going for it. They're all going for track position. They're all trying to score as many points as possible in these later stages of the race. And speaking of points, Austin Call, your current points leader, in the lead, once again on the inside lane, will have another opportunity to get a mega launch. And if he can keep it, if he can keep that launch and just get 4 or 5 car lengths ahead like he's been able to these past few restarts, he might be able to hold on and extend his points lead.
Ooh, that points lead extension would be nice. That would be nice.
And in eighth.
Who's in 8th? Yeah. Who's that?
Colby Jackson, back again. It's been the story of, I guess to him, the field feels a bit lonely without him, because he's back again, right there at the front of the field, looking to try and make up positions in the last 10 laps of this race to try and win it here at Kentucky. Now, Colby Jackson, in his first start at Kentucky in the next-gen car as well, has driven up through the field several times, has been involved in multiple wrecks, each time has gotten that car repaired, and now he's back in 8th. And like I said, he's quite an aggressive driver, and he's not going to lift at all at this stage in the race.
May not lift ever, indeed. at this point, you're going to keep that foot down, man.
Absolutely,
especially with less than 10 laps to go in the race.
So we'll be restarting 8th. We're on lap 118, coming to 119. Will be 6 laps to go. Interestingly, Austin Call has chosen the outside lane for the restart. So we'll restart here. Caldwell on the inside. It's a familiar front row with 7 laps to go as they're going to come to the Geico restart zone. Everyone is going to be looking to try and gain up position. Here they come once again. Austin Call with yet another mega launch, this time off of the outside. Maxwell Caldwell on the inside now moves up to the outside to try and defend from Trevor Dalton. Meanwhile, Trevor Dalton is under attack from Casebeer on the inside. Can Casebeer make the move off of turn 2? No, he can't. He's going to have the entry into turn 3 and 4. No, Trevor Dalton blocks him off.
Lots of going on here. Lots going on as Casebeer tries to make the pass. Behind him, he's got a 2-wide situation. Michael Matta, a name that we haven't mentioned in a little bit since one of his unfortunate wrecks with Colby Jackson, I think. And Joshua Yarborough were side by side there. Matta, though, takes the lead, passes him up, though. Here comes Colby Jackson, gunning it for Michael Matta.
Jackson already up to 6. He's made up 2 positions in this past lap or so. He's going to try again to try and find clean air down on the inside to try and get a run on Michael Matta in the 16 car. Here he comes off the corner. He's going to have that exit momentum, and he's going to have the slipstream from the cars ahead of him. Though Austin Call is running away with the lead right now as they come to 4 to go. Colby Jackson with a mega send on Michael Matta, trying to get to the inside of him, and he will get to the inside of him. They're going to be side by side down the back straightaway. This is for 5th position, by the way. Into turn 3, Colby Jackson sends it into the corner, and he's still about even with Michael Matta. Here they come off the corner. There's contact. Ooh. Michael Matta and Colby Jackson not giving an inch to each other at this stage in the race as the battle continues into turn 1.
What a situation you've got there. This is a two-wide situation for third still happening here. Jonathan Casebeer with Trevor Dalton side by side. We're single file behind them, but these two guys are nose to nose, neck and neck. Ooh, big cycle there as Dalton falls back into the front of Colby Jackson just a little bit. Jackson almost hits Matta. The two of them side by side again. Lots going on here as we cross the line into lap 123.
And behind, Joshua Yarbrough waiting to take advantage. And behind him as well, Cale Peterson. Both of those drivers trying to take advantage of anything that comes their way as we now come to 2 to go here at Kentucky.
It is Kentucky. It is the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series, and it is lap 1, 2, 4. That is going to be the penultimate lap. We're not quite to the white flag. We're going to get that on the next time around if we can make it there, and it looks like we might just here.
So all single file. Colby Jackson way tight off the corner. He's going to back straight up into Michael Matta. Michael Matta's going to lose a ton of momentum off the corner, and that's going to give it straight to Joshua Yarbrough. No, Yarbrough with a bit of a lift as he enters the corner. Now he's going to come up off the exit of the corner, trying to make an overtake on 4th, 6th position on Michael Matta. White flag is out. One more time around. Austin Call still in the lead. He's controlled this race since about the halfway marker. Your points leader coming into turn 3 and 4. Austin Call has driven beautifully all today, all tonight here at Kentucky. And now as he rounds out of turn 4, they're battling slightly for second place, but it's not going to be enough. Austin Call with the win here at Kentucky, and I believe Jonathan Casebeer got it just at the line for second place. Yes, he did, and Caldwell will finish in third.
Whew, what a finish. Austin Call wins it all. My pick for the race comes in first. I love to see it. And I'm sure Austin Call does as well. The commentator's curse did not come for him tonight. Instead, he came ready to fight. And once he had control of the lead, it was the Austin Call show. And with those restarts, the last 30 laps of this race were totally dominated by his really, really impressive command of the field and his ability to stay out of the trouble that the field caused right behind him.
Yeah, absolutely. He was one of those drivers that was able to consistently have those insane launches off of the restart zone there and be able to get way further than Caldwell was in the same position. He would be able to get 4 or 5 car lengths out ahead, and he did that perfectly on the final restart, and that's what put him in the position to win this race comfortably without ever having to look in the mirror.
Yeah, wow, that's a good way to put it. Never had to look in the mirror. He really didn't. Even at the end, when there was a little bit of a chance that people were going to get close, there was really no chance. This was quite the race and quite the victory for the Aflac car here of Austin Call. And in just a few minutes here, folks, we're going to get to talk to Mr. Austin Call. But first, we are going to break down everyone that crossed the line here and where they landed after this race. First place, Austin Call. Second, Jonathan Casebeer. Third, Maxwell Caldwell. Fourth, Trevor Dalton. Fifth, Colby Jackson. Then we had Michael Matta, Joshua Yarbrough, Cale Peterson, Jacob Prince, and Drew Kuhn in your top 10. Take it away, my friend Santi.
11th, Mike Boone. 12th, John Kelly. Landon Kano in 13th. Ronnie Welchel in 14th. And Brad Wilson in 15th. A lot of drivers that had speed early on end up getting caught up in wrecks, as we see 16th, Drew Calvert. 17th is John Bradford. 18th, Rylan Long, one of those drivers that just could not escape the wrecks all night long. And the 19th is Jacob Zala, one of the drivers. He had a mega snap, and that's what caused another one of those cautions. Logan Wilson in 20th, Andrew Pileshi in 21st, Justin Lewis in 22nd. A disappointing 22nd for him, especially after leading so many laps and being up front at really in the early stages of the race until that mistake at the exit of pit road. Michael Prachek in 23rd, Caleb Ellswick in 24th, Benjamin Smith in 25th, Ronnie Hurst in 26. Again, another driver that just could not escape the wrecks no matter where he went on track. 27th was Thad Teasley. 28th was Jose Medina. 29th was Joy LaGrave. 30th was Paul Ferdiani. And further back in the field for the last 7 finishers, we have Sean LaGrave, Bill Hagan, and 33rd position, Brady LaGrave. 34th is Zeth Hawley. 35th is Peyton Holland. And 36th, Matt Davies. And the 37, I believe our only DNF, our only first lap DNF of the night, Brian Welchel.
All right, folks. Let's go ahead and get third place's Maxwell Caldwell up in here, and we will talk to him. Oh, I'm just working some Discord foo here if I can. And see if our producer can drag our guest up here because I'm having some trouble. Let's see if we can get. I might pop down and tell Maxwell to come join us up here in the on-air channel because I am having trouble moving him.
Maxwell Caldwell had a great race, really all around, just couldn't really get it together at the end. But he controlled a lot of that middle stage of the race with those restarts.
Yes, he did. And in a second here, we'll get him up into the on-air booth. He's in green room number 1 there. All right. Give me 1 second here. Santi, and I will. Oh, there we go. Maxwell Caldwell is here now. Maxwell, can you hear us okay?
Denver.
All right, my man. Hey, you had quite the race there. You were one that we talked about quite a good deal. You came across the line in third place after a really intense fight with Jonathan Casabear there. Very, very, very impressive. But what I want to talk about is your restarts, man. You had some really, really impressive restarts there. What did it feel like leading the pack for so much of the night?
It was just a huge advantage to have clean air. If you got in second on back, I mean, you couldn't do anything. I mean, look at Austin. He won the race, but when he was behind me, like he couldn't get but so close. And the same with me. I could only get but so close. So clean air was king.
Yeah, we noticed that in the dirtier situations there was some aero funkiness going on where cars were getting lifted and the backs were spinning out a little bit. You managed to stay up in front for a pretty good chunk of that race, but were you ever? I'm racking my brain a little bit. What was the biggest thing that set you back during the course of this race?
I didn't pit when Austin did because I mean, I knew there were going to be more yellows, and I didn't know that the fuel was going to make it from that point if it had went green. So if we were going to pit regardless, which looking back on it, I should have just pitted when Austin did, and I'd have been ahead of him, and here we'd have been having a different story. But just when you've got so many freaking yellows like that, like I don't know how many yellows we had, but it was ridiculous. But when you have that many of them, it's hard to do a pit strategy and know when to actually pit because it's just hard. So for us to
Yeah.
even go back, and we came back out in the pack like 8th, 9th, something like that, and to work our way back up to second was good. But yeah, we ultimately finished third.
Yes, sir. And is there anybody you would like to shout out to or thank for your performance this week, my friend?
Yeah, first and foremost, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It's still a blessing to come run with these guys each and every week and to come and run on track. I got to thank Merkle Racing Engines for being on the hood. Todd was out this week on vacation. Hopefully he was watching, so got 2 of your cars up there, Todd. Thankful for my teammates, Austin Call, Andrew Palesci, Justin Lewis, Trevor Dalton. And then got to thank the league with Ronnie and Josh. Man, they put a lot of work into this, and it's nice to see that we still got big car counts. Didn't send nobody home tonight, but still had big car counts. And then thankful for you guys in the booth. Y'all do a great job each and every week.
Well, thank you, my friend. It was nice talking to you. And congratulations again on that third place finish. We hope to talk to you again real soon, okay?
Absolutely. Let's be 2 places better next time.
You got it. Hey, all right. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens, my man. Maxwell Caldwell, everybody. That's third place. Santi, I'm going to pass the mic over to you, and you, my friend, are going to get a chance to talk to the second place finisher in today's race. I think we all know who that is. That's
Hmm.
Jonathan Casabear.
All right. Jonathan, can you hear us all right?
I gotcha.
All right. Well, Jonathan, we saw at the very end you were able to get right up against the wall and manage to pass Maxwell Caldwell for second position. Just take us through the entirety of those last 2 laps and how you were able to set yourself up in the position to make that overtake.
I got told from my teammate that the top or the middle line through 3 and 4 with clean air was just like a cheat code. And so I started hitting that, and the run I could get, I noticed was just massive. And neither Caldwell nor Call would move up off the bottom. So I mean, I just kept running it through 3 and 4 and timed it just perfectly right there to get to his outside. And I think he tried to keep me against the wall, but gave him a little bit of a door unintentionally because I thought he was moving down, and it kind of separated us, and I kept the run to the line.
Yeah. And we didn't see throughout like all the race, we didn't see much of you through like the beginning and middle stages of this race, but towards the end you started to like creep back up in there. What got you to the front?
I think just patience. I had a lot of just waiting for things to work out through the entire race. I mean, I put it on pole. I jumped the start. I had to pit on lap 2 to serve the black. Um, During the green flag cycle, when we got the yellow, I got stuck a lap down and just spent forever as like the third car, 1 lap down. Eventually got the lucky dog. I think I was fourth car a lap down, but there's a big pile up that collected the 3 in front of me. So I got to the lead lap. I put tires on it. Just kind of stayed patient, drove around the wrecks, and finally stayed out when a bunch came down, which cycled me up into the top 8. And I just kind of drove it from there. Kind of found I was quicker than most of the guys up there, and even with the others.
All right. And before we let you go here, is there anyone you'd like to shout out or thank for this performance today?
Yeah, I got to shout out my teammate Michael Matta. He's the one that really told me the top line, middle line was working. Um, got to shout out the whole league for putting this on. You guys for doing the broadcast. Maxwell for being such a great competitor there at the end. I know we've had our run-ins, but I mean he's got skill and speed, so I always respect that.
Right. And congrats on that second place finish. We'll let you go now. Congrats.
Thank you.
All righty. I will take the microphone back, my man. And we will talk to first place here. There he is, Austin Call. Can you hear us okay, Austin?
Yeah, I've got you.
Hey, all right. Congratulations on first place there. How you feeling at the end of that race?
I was praying for no caution that entire time because I finished the race with half a gallon of fuel. So I'm surprised that I had enough to do burnouts.
Wow, half a gallon in the tank. You've got to be riding high right now. You led 32 laps out of this thing. You led quite a few laps out of a 125 lap race, and you had some incredible launches there at the end, especially your restarts were very, very good. What was your thought going into those restarts? Was it just get on the gas as fast as possible? What was your overall strategy?
Well, so I learned earlier that you cannot restart in second gear on the front row. It has to be first gear. Um, and so my only thing was I just got to get through the gears because I knew that Maxwell wasn't going to be able to like get off evenly with me. But if I got through the gears better than everybody else, I was going to be able to launch fast because you chip out in first gear real quick in this thing. And luckily I didn't do what I did at Atlanta ever. And I got clean launches, built out half second leads, and just was able to maintain.
And maintain you did, my man. Hey, you were my pick to win it all tonight, and you managed to do so. Very, very good job. And that is going to be even better for you in terms of your points lead right now. Now, Maxwell Caldwell, obviously, Maxwell got third place, so he's still doing pretty good in terms of points. But you're sitting at 149 right now. You're going to jump ahead again in terms of points lead, and it's going to cement your position as we go into Phoenix Raceway. So tell me a little bit about Phoenix. Are you looking forward to that, or you think that might be the first time that maybe someone's going to make, maybe Kale or Maxwell might actually give you a run for your money in terms of your points placement?
Well, I mean, that's what I thought the last 2 weeks, because I'm not typically very good at Auto Club, and then I finished second somehow. And then I just got really lucky with the strategy today. Like weirdly getting wrecked early, that gave me an excuse to come down pit lane, and that's what got me the extra lap, and that's the only reason I was able to catch the caution. Um, Kentucky, I felt super slow in practice. I don't know how I qualified top 5. So maybe next week's the same, where I just feel like crap and then finish third, second. I don't know. Just hopefully I can get this points lead, because I mean, it feels pretty nice.
Yeah, a nice little buffer out there in the front, and it's treating you very, very well. You guys on the 1320 squad have been looking really good. Trevor Dalton and Justin Lewis both had really good races tonight as well. So you guys, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys can do going into Phoenix Raceway next week. Anyone you want to shout out to or give a little thank you to for your great run tonight?
I obviously want to thank my teammates, Justin Lewis for bringing out that caution and trapping everybody a lap down. Andrew, Maxwell, Todd Merkel, who's unfortunately on vacation this week, and Trevor Dalton. They're always great teammates to have. And then gotta thank my family and my grandma. She complimented my burnout, which I almost thought I was gonna get stuck in a little semicircle pirouette thing, and I got it fully around, so that was nice.
All right. Well done, my man. Well, hopefully we'll talk to you up here in Victory Lane again real soon, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, my friend. You got it. That was Austin Call. That was the first place finisher, and that is going to bring things to an end here. Oh, my friend Santi, how you feeling after that race, buddy?
That was an incredible race for me to witness and call with you. Thank you guys for having me up in the booth here. It was an absolute pleasure to be able to call that finish there between Jonathan Casabert and Maxwell Caldwell, and obviously Austin Call winning and extending his points lead was incredible to see, honestly, and to see him like truly in his element, honestly, through the last 40 or so laps. It was something incredible to see, honestly, and just thank you guys for having me up here. Hopefully I'll be able to come back soon and do some more commentary for you guys.
Oh, I genuinely hope so, man. It was a blast. Don't tell Sheldon, but I think that his seat is already all going to be auctioned off. Oh, wait, where he's here? Oh, no, he can hear me. Oh, no. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and backtrack that one, folks, and just say that, I mean, I am going to say Santiago had a fantastic time. This race was a bit of a grinder, but we kept it light, we kept it fun, and the drivers, they kept it exciting all the way down to the bottom line there. They kept it going. And Kentucky, well, you delivered yet again. 125 laps here in the J&M Group Monday Night Cup Series, and we are done here. So from the entire Grid Vision team, folks, we'd like to thank you for watching and participating in the chat. For more information on getting your league broadcast, we're supported by gridvision.live. Contact us on Facebook, Discord, or info@gridvision.live. Big special thank you goes out to Andrew Cardinal IV of Whiplash SimCams, who provides the beautiful cameras we use on all of Grid Vision's broadcasts. And congratulations again to Austin Call, who won it all tonight from Kentucky. This has been Joe LaCastro, Santiago Davila, and our producer, Sheldon Atkins. We'll see you next time on the grid.